Driving Test UK, the short notice driving test specialist.
Stacy is just about to start her driving test at the Slough Driving Test Centre. The driving examiner has checked Stacy's photocard provisional driving licence and has conducted an eyesight test prior to getting inside the vehicle. The driving examiner has also asked Stacy 2 show me tell me questions inside the vehicle. At the end of the road, the driving examiner has asked us to turn left onto Waterside Drive. Immediately after turning, the driving examiner has asked Stacy to pull up on the left somewhere conveniently safe. You will find the driving examiner will ask you to stop at least 3 or 4 times during the driving test. Before moving off after the stop, make sure you check over your right shoulder, the blind spot safety check. At the traffic lights, the driving examiner has asked Stacy to turn right onto Station Road. The speed limit is currently 30 miles per hour, but do watch the rough signs as it will change very shortly to 20 miles per hour. At the roundabout, the driving examiner has asked Stacy to follow the road towards the left. This is the first exit. The driving examiner has now asked Stacy to turn left into the next road. Do watch the road signs, as this is a 30-mile-per-hour road. Once again, the driving examiner has asked Stacy to pull up on the left somewhere conveniently safe, asking her to ignore the yellow lines. The residential roads in and around Slough are very narrow with parked cars on both sides. Be prepared to give way to oncoming vehicles if necessary. There is quite a narrow width restriction coming up. Take your time going through the width restriction. If necessary, pause and go into first gear. At the end of this road, the driving examiner has asked us to turn left. This is Market Lane. At the roundabout, Stacy has been asked to turn left. That is the first exit. Once again, the driving examiner has asked Stacy to pull up on the left somewhere conveniently safe. This time it's for the purpose of the turn in the road exercise. The driving examiner has asked Stacy to turn the vehicle around, facing the opposite direction, using both forward and the reverse gears. She must avoid touching the curb. This exercise is commonly called the three-point turn. However, it does not have to be done in 3 moves. The driving examiner has asked Stacy to turn right at the roundabout. That is the third exit. Stacy has obviously missed her exit, but she is going round the roundabout one more time to get to the correct exit. The driving examiner has asked Stacy to turn left at the traffic lights. This is Parliament Road. The speed limit has just increased to 40 miles per hour and the road has become North Park Road. Do watch the signs as the speed has changed back to 30 miles per hour. The driving examiner has now instructed us to turn left. The name of this road is Skyclun. Once again, the driving examiner has asked Stacy to stop on the left somewhere conveniently safe. This time it is for the purpose of starting the independent driving section of the driving test. The driving examiner has asked Stacy to turn left at the end of this road and then to follow the signs marked Slough. The driving examiner has asked Stacy to repeat the instructions so that they know that Stacy fully understands the instructions. This road now becomes Bathurst Walk. Stacy will be turning left at the end of this road, as that was the first part of the instructions. This is Thorny Lane South. The speed limit on this road is 40 miles per hour. Be extra cautious when approaching these set of traffic lights. Sometimes the lights stay green for a very long time, but on other occasions they are only green for a few seconds. Note the change in speed. The speed is now back to 30 miles per hour and there is a speed camera not far from the sign. During the independent driving section, look out as far as you can for the road signs. Anytime you see a direction sign, check the mirror and ease slightly off the gas. This will give you time to read the board. Slough was marked left of the roundabout, so Stacy has now turned left at the roundabout. This is High Street Iver. Sometimes of the day, this part of Iver can get very busy with pedestrians. Be prepared to give way. Several times you will notice the pedestrian stepping out between the parked cars. We are still in the independent driving section of the driving test. Slough was marked straight on at this particular roundabout. If you come to a roundabout and you feel that you have missed a sign, or there are no signs and you are not sure as to where you should go, you can ask the examiner for confirmation. They will help you. Be very careful along this stretch of the road as there are parked cars on both sides. Sometimes you get large vehicles coming around this bend as there are a couple of industrial estates nearby. Keep a check on those road signs. The speed is now 40 miles per hour. The driving examiner has just informed Stacy that the independent driving section of the driving test has been completed. The driving examiner will from now on give directions as normal. The speed limit is now changing to national speed limit. This is 60 miles per hour on this particular road. Single carriageways are 60 miles per hour, dual carriageways 70 miles per hour. You do not have to get to 60 miles per hour, but the driving examiner do expect you to achieve at least 45 to 50 miles per hour if road conditions allow it. driving examiner has just informed Stacy that he would like her to turn right at the traffic lights. Normally these temporary traffic lights are not here. The temporary traffic lights are only due to the roadworks. The driving examiner has asked us to pull up on the left somewhere conveniently safe. The driving test has now ended. Congratulations to Stacy on passing her driving test. Hello, I'm the voice behind the video. Firstly, a big congratulations to Stacy on passing her driving test. Did you know that Slough Driving Test Centre has a pass rate of below 50%? Why not increase your chances of passing the test with these top driving test tips? Please like and share this video and don't forget to subscribe. Good luck with your driving test.